Morning, Nikki. Are you alright, darling? Oh, dear me. Seems really dark in here this morning. Open that front curtain. Did you look at the moon last night? We had a lemon moon. So it was a yellow colour. So my son came home and he said, Mum, you've got to see the moon, it's amazing. And it was really, really close, really bright, and it was a yellow colour. But it was very traumatic for me. Morning, Anna. In my porchway lives a very big, black, hairy spider. Okay, now he's out of my way. He's in the wall and he just has his legs sticking out, right? This is no exaggeration, he probably is the size of my hand. So he's got his big black legs that stick out of this hole. So if I go through my porchway at night, I have to go on the right hand side, otherwise he's going to jump out and eat me, yeah? Well, last night, on the porch step, I nearly actually touched a great big spider. Wasn't even the same spider, it's another one. So now I'm trapped with two spiders in my porchway. I'm going to have to go out my back door. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm being held hostage by spiders, by arachnids. Horrible, horrible things. My son was holding my hand and he was like, Mum, just come over the step. Just run with it, come with me now. And say, no, I can't do it. Oh my God. You should have, I was literally, and then I screamed all the way through the house. Well, not scream, because I can't scream, but made a stupid noise as I came into the house. And then I had to say to my son, check, is it still on the floor? Because if it's on me, I need to know. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. Honestly, it's hilarious. Anyway, Pilates. So I don't know if it's like it all week, Nikki, or if it was just like for one night only, but one night only. I'm going to go into, they do come in pairs. Oh, don't say that. If I see an odd one now, I'm going to think there's another one somewhere else. Yeah, so Pilates. We'll do the mobility bit where we get a little bit warmed up. Sorry, I'm rearranging the top of my trousers while I'm talking to you. And then we'll get down on the floor. Okay, so knee problems, back problems, those level ones are going to be given. Work where you feel comfortable. This doesn't look good, does it? At 10 o'clock in the morning that I've got a can of fizzy drink sitting on the side there. Yeah, normally it's on the table behind the camera and you can't see it. All right, toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down and relax. Make sure, that's all right, Nikki. I've got three great big fellas that can get rid of my spiders, I'm all right. Toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down and relax. Make sure that you are balanced and central, so you're going from side to side, forwards and backwards. Make sure you've got an even distribution of body weight through those feet, okay? So just lift up onto those toes, are you balanced? And release. And again, lift up onto the toes, balance, and release. Good. Find the neutral spine, so tilting your pelvis, natural lordotic curve, core muscles, pelvic floor, the muscle from within, the one you'd use to stop mid-flow. That muscle, imagine it's attached to a lift, draw it up from within to floor 10, take it down to notch 5, floor 5, down to floor 3, and leave it there. Then imagine you've got this belt around your middle, 10 notches on the belt, pull it into notch 10, out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and leave it there. Good. So your core muscles are engaged, your neutral spine is in place. The last thing I just need to talk to you about is your breathing. So place the hands on the rib cage, your fingertips touch. You're going to take a deep breath in. The hands will open, not because you're moving your hands, but because you're breathing from the rib cage. Take a deep breath in. Release. Relax the arms down. So just begin to pedal through your feet one side to the other, raising up an alternating heel, where you're allowing your shoulders to rotate one way and the other. Lovely. Place the feet down, lift up onto the toes. I just had an email from work to remind me that it's Easter weekend, so we are not having classes on Friday or Mondays. Bank holiday weekend. Lovely. And release. Which means, this is quite scary, I've got 4 days off. 4 days in a row. Oh my God. I know. That doesn't mean you have to have the time off, because there are still workouts online. Take a nice lunge forward with your left leg, lengthen the back leg, bring the body forwards and down. come back into the middle, and then whoosh, you're done. Step out to the side, reach up and over. Same leg comes forward, lengthen the back leg, comes into the middle, knee can come up, step out to the side, and then when you come to the middle, lift up on the toes, same leg again. Lengthen the back leg. If you've done legs, bumps and tums yesterday, you might be feeling a little bit sore in the gluteal area. Yeah, my bum hurts. Good, step out, reach up and over. Hold it in the middle this time, lift up onto the toes and release. One more onto the toes, other leg, step forward. Lengthen the back leg, knee comes up, step out, up, over, into the middle, lift up. Good, same leg. Now you're only taking these lunges as far as you feel comfortable, okay? Good. If you don't want to bring your head down, then just lunge forward and keep the head up. I'll show you that's time. Good, so you can just go to there, okay? Lovely. And we're going to do one more, please. Lengthen the back leg. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in, balance, and release. Allow those hips to rotate one way and the other. Lovely. Holding it in the middle, bring the arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, rotate. Look over the shoulder, follow the hand. Breathe in, come to the middle. Breathe out, go the other way. Follow the arm. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out, rotate. Follow the arm. So you're looking for the fingers. And then breathe in, come back to the middle. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come to the middle. One last one. Breathe out, rotate. Last one to this side. And then release the arms down. So take that left foot forward, point the toe, circle the leg round, lift the knee and balance. I didn't run yesterday because I've broken my treadmill. I was really hoping this morning there'd have been an email saying, we are delivering your new treadmill today. Hold it there, ankle one way. I hope it comes before the Easter break and then place the foot down. Because I've got miles to make up for the miles that I missed yesterday. Knee up, good. Toe forward, circle round. And on Monday I only managed to do 7 miles on it before I completely broke it. So I've got to do another 3 to make up for Monday. Lovely, rotate round, lift, hold it here. Ankle one way. Oh, my ankle's cracking well this morning. And the other way. And place the foot down. Stand towards the back of your mat for me, please. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, roll down. I did do body pump yesterday. I've booked my final exam, which is mid-April. Allow the arms to hang and relax. Breathe in as you breathe out, begin to roll up through the back. Rebuild the spine as you get to the top. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll down through your back. Soften the knees. Allow the arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, gently rolling back up through the back. Relax the shoulders down. Good. And again, breathe in, chin to the chest. At your lowest point this time, you're going to walk your hands forward, leave your feet flat on the floor. Now, if this is uncomfortable for any reason, then come down onto your hands and knees into cat stretch instead. Breathe in, bring the knees down. Breathe out, push back into the heels. Breathe in, bring the knees down. Breathe out, push back into the heels. Any problems, then you're in cat stretch, which is here. Round the spine, tuck the chin in, breathe out, release. Your knees are coming towards the floor, but don't quite touch. And then we're pushing back into the heels. Hold it this time, knees just above the floor. Keep going on the cat if you're doing that instead. Make sure the head and neck are in line with the spine. Gently release the knees. Take the hands out a little bit wider. Breathe in, bring the chest down between the hands. Breathe out and push up. I've done about 200 press-ups yesterday. Ouch is all I'm going to say. Breathe in, bring that chest down. Breathe out, push yourself up. Now I'm in a box position on the knees. You can take this further by taking the legs further away. Breathe in. I do want to add another movement to this though, guys, alright? So you're going to breathe in, lower down the chest. As you breathe out, I want you to come up and raise one arm to the side. Hand goes down, breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift up, bring the arm out to the side. Good. The carpet is literally falling to pieces. Good. Breathe in, take the chest down. Breathe out, lift up. Now you can do a full push-up if you want to, up on those toes. If it's too much with the arm raise, just stick to the push-up, absolutely fine. And no, you cannot just do the arm raise without the push-up. No, no, no. Not unless you've got a note from your mum. Good, breathe in, lower. Breathe out, raise. And I'm going to ask you for one more with each arm. 2 repetitions in total, and then you can bring those hands back in. We want to make sure the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder are all in line with each other. We don't want it to be diagonal, we want it to be directly underneath the body, okay? Back is lengthened, core muscles are pulled up. Breathe in, breathe out, push one leg back. Breathe in, bring the leg back in, and the other leg. So we're going to start alternating. And then in a moment, when I say, you're just going to focus on one leg only, okay? Breathe out, push away. Breathe in, draw back in. Now breathe out, lengthen and raise, no higher than the body. Breathe in, toes touch down at the furthest point, that's important. And then bring it back in. Your knees shouldn't touch the floor before your toes do. Good. Now this time, I want you to breathe out, lengthen and lift. Breathe in, bend. Breathe out, lengthen. Breathe in, lower and draw it back in, okay? So you're adding on a little leg curl. When you curl, your knees should be in line with your bottom. Back stays central, lengthened, core muscles stay engaged. So you're going to breathe out to lengthen and raise. Breathe in to bend, breathe out to lengthen, breathe in lower and return. So this time I want you to keep this one leg in place. So we're focusing on one leg only. Breathe in, bend, breathe out, lengthen. Breathe in, bend. If you want to go further, slide the opposite hand out along the floor. If you want to go further, opposite arm can raise up. And already I begin to feel shaky, so I'm putting my body under pressure here to stay central. Don't let those core muscles go, keep them tight. And I'm going to ask you for one more here, and then fingers and toes down and back in. Other leg, breathe out, push it away and raise it up. It's in line with the body. Breathe in, bend, breathe out, lengthen. Breathe in, bend, breathe out, lengthen. It is a slow, controlled movement. Use your breathing to control the move. If you want to go further, you can slide the opposite arm out in front. Further still, lift that arm up. Breathe in to bend, out to lengthen. Breathe in to bend, out to lengthen. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. If you begin to shake or wobble and your arm is up, then take the arm back down. You're going to do 2 more for me, please. And then fingers and toes down. Draw them back in. Coming down into a level 1 leg pull. Forearms and elbows down. Draw the pelvis up, but keep the knees on the floor. Looking down between the wrists, do not hang the head. From here, all I want you to do is slightly raise one leg. Now, with that leg out, you can see my toes can touch the floor, yes? But if I point my toes away, then that leg is raised. So literally, you should be able to touch the floor with your toes. The leg shouldn't be really up high. Hold and breathe. If it's too much, keep the leg down. You're going to allow that leg to lower, straighten the other leg, toe touches down, and then just allow that foot to come off the floor. Core muscles zipped up. Don't allow your hips to tilt. Stay central. Breathe deep, full breaths. Make sure that bum isn't in the air. Literally, your toes could touch the floor. All you're doing is allowing the toes to pull up. I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more. Then you can allow that leg to lower and gently lower down onto your front. Arms fully extended, legs fully extended. Your head is going to be down, okay? Don't rest on your chin. Forehead down, okay? Pull your belly button up, engage the core muscles. Legs fully extended, toes pulled away. Breathe in. As you breathe out, one leg and the opposite arm lift. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Draw the belly button up. As you lift, breathe out. As you lower, breathe in. Now head is down. If you do wear glasses or you're slightly claustrophobic or you've got like a dirty mark on your carpet, I've got a little sweat patch on mine, then you can have that head raised slightly, but don't crank your neck. This is normally the part where my dog would come in and lay on my back. Breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you release. Draw the belly button up, strengthen through the core. Breathe out as you raise, in as you lower. Point the fingers, point the toes. We're not moving that knee. The movement comes up from the top of the leg. And in your swimming in this laying position, please complete 2 more breaths. Don't rush it, control it. Once you've done your 2, I'd like you to slide those arms back. Come back to leg pull. Level 1, knees down. Level 2, knees up. If you want level 3, you're coming up onto those hands. Make sure wrist, elbow, shoulder are all in line with each other. Legs are in line with the body. Back is lengthened, core muscles are in. Your bottom isn't lifted too high. Breathe and hold. You're pulling up through the belly button. Like I've grabbed hold of your belly button and I'm pulling it up towards the ceiling. Deep, full breaths. Stop thinking about what you need to do over the weekend. Start thinking about the core muscles, how they're working. Is your body shaking a bit? You can rest it down if it is. I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. And then you can gently lower. And you're going to come over onto one side. And we're going to come up onto our elbow, our forearm and elbow, okay? Make sure that it is under the shoulder. We don't want it too far away because your body will drop down, okay? So from here, chest is open. Draw up the rib cage, tighten the core, okay? Head and neck in line with the spine. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift the hip up, not forwards, up. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out, lift up. Breathe in to lower. If you want to, you can take that arm with you. If you don't want to move it at all, you can just hold this position. As long as the rib cage is raised, then the core, the obliques are working, okay? If you want to go further, legs are coming out straight. Your hip literally just touches the mat and comes back up. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, release. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in and engaged. I'm going to ask you in your side bend, this is called, working your obliques, working the core for 2 more repetitions. Once you've done your 2, we're gently lowering and lengthening all the way out. Head is resting down on the arm, look straight ahead. Hips, knees, ankles all stacked, one on top of the other. Pull the toes away. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise those legs without rolling forwards or backwards. Hand is there for your balance, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, kick the top leg forwards. Breathe in to return. I'm going to have to move a little bit because my leg is getting caught on my unit. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Then that leg is going to go backwards, keeping it as straight as possible. Don't bend the knee. Breathe out, kick back. Breathe in, return. And then if you wanted, both legs can move together. One goes forwards, one goes backwards. Hand is there for balance or not. Now you've got to remember your legs start and finish in that central position. So always come back to where you started. Toes pulled away, legs stay as straight as possible all the way through. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. And I'm going to ask you please, side kick, working your waist, your core, your lumbar spine, for 2 more breaths. Once you've done those 2, legs lifted, held and still. Toes pulled away, legs are raised, working directly into the waist. Well done. So just see if you can lift those legs a little bit higher. And then if you can slide the shoulder. My head is still stuck to my arm. I'm just sliding my shoulder up off the floor and holding. 3 deep, full breaths. When you've done your 3, slide the shoulder back down, lower the legs down, and give that hip a little rub if you need to. And then when you're ready, please, you're going to come back up to your central seated position. Let's start with our legs bent. So when we move, we're tilting the pelvis under. We're creating a C-shaped spine. Breathing to tilt. Breathe out to lower as far as you can go. Then breathe in, start to lift. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Feet and knees should be hips distance apart. And you should keep those legs nice and still. If you can only get down to there, that is absolutely fine. The progression will come, but you've got to make it achievable. Don't try and go all the way and then mess it up and move the legs and forget how to breathe, yeah? Control the movement as far as comfortable for you. If you can get all the way down, that is great, well done. But you have got to get all the way back up without moving your legs, without wobbling the knees, without lifting your feet. Breathe in, tilt. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, start the lift. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Lengthen the back, chin off the chest. So the chin stays off the chest all the way through. If you did my Pilates yesterday, we done a neck pull, which is a similar exercise, but we're taking the chin to the chest. And then you're much more restricted on how far you can move back. I'm going to ask you in your roll up for 1 more repetition. Once you've completed that, stay in your seated position. Arms are going to come out. You're going to breathe in, tilt. Breathe out, rotate, open. Breathe in, come back to the middle. Breathe out, come up. Breathe in, tilt, other side, breathe out, open. Breathe into the center, breathe out, lift up. So again, your legs stay still. You're allowing the rotation, the movement to come through the waist. Breathe in, tilt, breathe out, open. Breathe into the middle, breathe out, come up. So we're now in an oblique roll up. If your arms feel a bit heavy or tired, you can always just cross them over. Tuck that tailbone under. So you've got that strength coming through the lower back, mobility from the lower back, strength from the core and from the obliques. But also we're opening up through the chest, which is another muscle group. And I'm going to ask you please, for 1 more to each way, to each side. And once you've completed those 2, Stay in your seated position. Good. And then carefully lower all the way down and lengthen the legs all the way out. So if you need to readjust your trousers or anything, that was a good time. Good. Legs out straight, shoulders down and relaxed. Breathe deep, 4 breaths. All we're going to do, breathe in, as you breathe out, is lift one leg. Now that leg isn't high, it's about 10 inches from the floor. I know 10 inches is normally up there, isn't it? No, 10 inches from the floor. Toes pulled away. You're going to breathe in and just pull the toes in, and then breathe out and release. And all we're doing is we're lengthening and releasing through these abdominal muscles, through the lower half of the abdominals. You've got the core working and the hip flexor working to keep the leg up in the first place. That neutral spine, that comfortable back should be in place. Breathe in, pull in, breathe out, pull out. Breathe in, pull in, breathe out, point it out. So the core muscles are zipped up. Good. And just one more with this leg, then you can allow it to lower. If you need to adjust your back position or anything, please do. Yeah? When you're ready, breathe in, other leg comes up, breathe out. Breathe in, pull the toes in. Breathe out, point the toes out. Breathe in, toes come in. Breathe out, toes go out. So you're bringing that foot towards the body and lengthening it away. Shoulders are down and relaxed, core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Breathe in, pull in. Breathe out, point out. Strengthen through the core, the lumbar spine. Well done. Deep, full breaths, control the movement. It's only a small movement, but it does work the core. I'm going to ask you for one more, then you can allow that leg to carefully lower, and then bend the legs, place the feet down. Now when you come into this position on your back, you may just need to find your neutral spine again, okay? So just tilt the pelvis a couple of times, make sure your back's comfortable and neutral. Core muscles engaged. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring one leg up into right angle position. So right angle in the knee, don't drop the heel. Holding this position, core muscles in place. If you want to go further, bring the other leg up. Again, make sure you've got neutral spine. Don't let the heels drop. Legs in place. So with just one of your legs, okay? Breathe in, breathe out, lengthen, breathe in, return. Keep it bent, breathe out, touch down, breathe in, lift it up. So your other leg is still all the way through. You've either got it raised or you've left it down on the floor, okay? One leg stretch, leg pulls away, leg comes back in. Remains bent, right angle, touches down, lifts back up. Breathe out to lengthen, in to return. Breathe out to lower, in to raise. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in and engaged. Smooth, controlled movements. Don't rush these movements, girls. Strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine, and boys, if any boys are doing it. Well done. So I'm going to ask for one more of each movement, and then I want you just to keep that leg still. If you want to, shoulders can come up, palms above the floor, breathe in, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the pelvic floor up, tighten the core. You can have one leg lifted, or both legs lifted. If you don't want to add this little pulse, that is fine, just hold it still. Breathe in, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to ask you for 2 more breaths here. Then we're going to be moving the other leg. You might want to take that first leg back down. Upper body will come back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthen. Breathe in. Return. Maintain the angle in the knee. Breathe out. Down. Breathe in. Up. So So we're breathing out to lengthen. Breathing in to return, keeping it bent. Breathe out, touch down. Breathe in, lift up. So we're allowing that leg to be pulled away from the body. Strengthening through the core. Lengthening through the hip flex at the top of that leg. You want that next level, you've got that other leg raised, but we're keeping it still. Shoulders down and relaxed. Breathe out as the leg moves away, in as it comes back in. Deep, full breath, don't rush it. And I'm going to ask you please, for 2 more of each movement, so 4 breaths in total. Once you've done all those, you have one or both legs up, bring up the upper body, breathe in, breathe out, push down. Palms pushing down towards the floor, shoulders down and relaxed, chin is off the chest. You've either got that one or both legs up, entirely up to you. You choose your level. Don't even have to have that body raised if you don't want to. Strengthening through the core, the lumbar spine. Deep, full breaths, the 100. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. Then upper body will lower. 1 foot at a time will come down. And then please feel free to give yourself a nice long body stretch. When you are ready, we are just transferring over onto that other side. Lengthening the body out into a nice, oh no, prop yourself up, nearly forgot this one. Prop yourself up on the forearm and elbow. Hoist up the rib cage. Head and neck in line with the spine. I'll edit that out later, make it look like I did this all along. Good, stay here if you want to, breathe in. As you breathe out, you could lift. That hip gently lifts and lowers from the floor. Breathing out as you raise, in as you release. If you wanted, you could bring that arm up and over as well. Another option, straight legs, breathe out as you lift, in as you lower. You can just keep that hand there for balance if you need to. You've got to keep that rib cage drawn up, so we've got this nice open space underneath the body. Core muscles are engaged. Breathing out as you lift, in as you release. Well done. So in your side bend, please complete 2 more breaths. And then allow yourself to lower all the way down. And lengthen all the way out. For real this time. Just give myself a little bit more space to kick. Hips, knees, ankles all stacked. Head is down on the arm. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both those legs. They have stayed in line with the body and they're as straight as possible. Toes pulled away. Hand there for balance. Breathe in. Top leg. Breathe out, kick. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, kick. Breathe in, return. You can then take that leg back and bring it back in. So breathe out, kick forwards, breathe in, return. Breathe out, kick backwards. Don't allow the hips to move. Breathe in, return. And then you've got the option of both legs together. Hand there for balance. If you don't need it, we are taking it away. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Legs are lengthened, core muscles are engaged. Breathing out moves away. Breathing in brings it in. Well done. Strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. Working down the top leg and through the inner thigh on the bottom leg. And the obliques because we're on our side. 2 more breaths here. Then holding it in the middle. Legs lifted, held and still. Try and get the legs up another inch or two. Hand is there for that balance. And then if you can, keeping your head stuck to the arm, you're sliding up the armpit, sliding up the shoulder, holding that position, tightening right through the obliques. And I'm going to ask you please, for 2 more breaths, and then you can gently allow those to lower down and give that hip a rub if you need to. Well done. So from there, you're going to bring yourself round into a box position. Breathe in round the spine. Breathe out, release. Breathe in round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. Breathe out, release. One more time for that, please. Good. Then sit back on your heels, leave the arms lengthened out. We did the side bend, we did the push-up, all extra work on the shoulders, so just stretch them from here. Well done. Hands are moving towards the knees. You're going to curl the toes under, place the feet down, and gently roll up through the back. Hold on to something if you need to. Rolling up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. As you reach the top, head and neck raise up last. Relax the shoulders down. So we find ourselves back in this set-up position, making sure we're not lopsided or leaning. We are central. The core is engaged, the neutral spine is in place. Lift up onto the toes and balance. And release. This is why I shouldn't open my curtains, because I can just see so much activity outside and I'm so nosy. Lift up, hold it, close your eyes if you can. Are you balanced? Are you wobbling about a bit? And release. Well done. So that is your Pilates for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. We are back at 12 o'clock with our low impact class. I'm going to do it like we did it last week, which basically was a HIIT class, but low impact level, okay? And you'll need hand weights for that session. And then back at 4 with HIIT. So getting hot and heavy at 4 o'clock with HIIT. Well done, guys. Thank you for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's not too bad out there. Looks a bit chilly, but it's all right. We're only in, well, nearly April tomorrow. Take care, guys, and I'll see you either at 12 or 4.